Alright, so today I finally got my Akai 3000 negative tri-axis black LED display. I picked up off of eBay. They run about 180 bucks, but I'm gonna finally upgrade that, like I said, the blue display up to this one. This is what it looks like. This guy, I got it on eBay. It runs about 180 bucks, but I'm using a kind of a static pad here. You know, we're starting to get into the winter months, so I like to make sure I don't fry anything with static electricity. So these things are always handy when you're working with sensitive electronic components. But what I'm going to do is I've actually flipped my MPC 3000. There's actually 3 screws that you have to remove. Actually, yeah, actually 4 here. And I use it with a foam pad to make sure I don't damage anything on the front. And there's actually 7 screws that you have to take out, which is pretty quick. Just take one here. That's one. Get this one here. This one here is going to be a little bit difficult, so I may have to help it out a little bit. Matter of fact, you don't have to take that one out. That's for another component underneath. So once you do that, you can lift the unit up, and there's a couple of hinges back there. And of course, having a musician friend, I picked this up from a good buddy. And this little drumstick. Which just comes in handy. What I will do is I'll kind of prop it up here. Let me see what we can do here to kind of keep this thing from without damaging anything. We'll put this one right here. So this here is the actual display board. There's a couple of ribbon cables that you can disconnect. You can pull those out. You can clearly mark those. One here, other one down here, and then there's another cable here that comes from it that you would disconnect. So that's pretty simple. Just pull this. Okay. Just squeeze it. It has a little tab on there. Pull it out. Just mark where you took things off, and then the 2 ribbon cables. One of them's here. We'll go back and forth until you can get this one out. I'll actually show you these 4 screws here. That's 1. 2. 3. that's the display board I was talking about. So there's the one cable there. This actually comes out with the two cables. I think I grabbed the wrong cable. I'll put that other one back in, but I think here, just the one cable. And that's the display. We'll plug the other cable back in. That's it. That's the display module. So there's a little bit of mod I have to do to the bracket. There's that. Have to disassemble this. There's a bracket that I can show you a picture of, and I'll mark it, and I'll do that, and then we'll continue on. Right, now this is the disassembly of the display of this module here. There's actually a couple screws on either side that I've taken out. And these springs here are part of that little ratchet assembly. You just get a pair of pliers, they fit in this little hole here. And what you do is you release those. And then what you should be able to do is just pull this bracket off. Okay. Once you pull that off, you have your display. This is just an assembly that causes so you can tilt it out in the unit. I wish I had more hands to kind of show you exactly, but you need to get some sort of. All right, so now you have that. These are the little brackets that go on the side that fit back up in that unit. You have that. There should be a little ring on this side as well. Just make sure you get those. Set that to the side. And then there's 4 screws that we will have to remove. And once you do that, you're here, and there's a bracket in here, and I'll show you. That has to be modified to make the new display fit. All right, now there's 4 screws, one here, one here, one here, and one here I've taken out. This is the original display with blue, no backlight. That's what it looks like when it's taken out. And this is the new display, right, we're going to be installing. And as I said, I'm going to have to mod this bracket. It almost comes in, but you notice that right here, it's kind of hitting. So here, all 3 sides are fine, except for this little corner. So what we have to do is get you a file and kind of take probably about that much of this off. So to fit, just to leave the threaded piece there, so the unit will fit in there. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and then we will continue on. All right, filed that down. You can see what I did here. Filed down the corner here. So now, when you set this back in, and you get the new display. Let's pull this off here. Nice, beautiful. Things gonna look great when we power it up. So now this will fit in there perfectly. See how it lines up now. Then what we can do is put these screws back in. There's one here. One here. Yep. Get these other 2 down here. that's basically it. I'll tighten those all up and put this bracket back in. And save this board for maybe, never know, somebody may want the original back in some years from now, so we can make sure that's available. So I'll put this on here just to protect it. And we'll put that up for safekeepings. But that's it. Should look great. Once you power this puppy up, have a new display and it should look amazing. Alright, now it's all assembled back together. We are going to replace those springs back on, which is the ratchet assembly that causes it to be able to stand up. It looks like it's working great. So now it's time to put it back inside the unit. There again, it's going to go right back into its little space here. Over this one. Phone in one hand and put you guys on the other. Those one right there. Get the screws in there. Hook up your two cables back where they were, and should be ready to rock and roll. We'll see what we get. Let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you the final product. Okay, one more shot of the internal. What I did is I put a little piece of tape on there just to make sure, since that is metal, don't want it to short out anything on the board. I put a little tie wrap on there because it has this, I guess, adapter cable thing going out here. So buttoning it up, putting it back in the studio. All right, hope that was helpful. Take care. All right, this is the moment of truth. Now that the new display, my new Akai 3000 negative tri-axis black LED display is actually in here. It should look really cool with my new skin, the new buttons. See what it looks like when we power it up. Check that out. You can see that in the studio very well. Now, one thing I did notice that it does have is it has a little pot here that comes with the unit that you can adjust the brightness, as well as you can still, you can still tweak the contrast here, which is pretty cool. But let me show you what I can do it here with the two hands. I can adjust the brightness with this little potentiometer here, which should adjust the display. Check out how that reacts. I get without the glare from the other light in the room. Check that out. So you can turn this pot, depending on what your preference is, you can adjust the display to be as bright or dark as you want it to be, and then true it up with your contrast. I kind of like that. That way, if I don't turn it up too bright, it won't burn in and cause, phosphorus burning that you sometimes see on displays. All right, cool. I hope that video was helpful. There again, the guy I ordered it from, and he's out of England. Really nice guy, very, very responsive. Got it on eBay. So there it is. Hope this was helpful. Keep music alive.